What's up, everybody? Today we have a 5-minute recap, 5 minutes or less recap of the S&P 500 future, which is ES or the ES Mini. To start it off, as you can see, no clear supply or demand zones nearby. We have a couple 2-hour, 1-hour supply zones above. We have one right here at 42.91. That's been there for a couple days. We have one that was created overnight right here at 42.67-ish, 42.68. And I'm looking for that or a price to get up in those levels, one or the other. And if it looks weak, I'll short. And on the demand side, we have a couple demand zones down here. The two closest are a 4-hour right here. And we have a 90-minute where I have that green line right here, 41.93, 41.94-ish. If it gets down there, I will go ahead and take a long if it looks strong. If I can see that sellers are not present, buyers are showing up, maybe we put in a higher low, kind of like here. This is what you want to see. If this was a demand zone, then it puts in a higher low right here, right above the demand zone or in the demand zone. That's enough to take a long. Go ahead and risk the low of that for a long position. Anyway, so today, pretty balanced day overall. We traded within about a 50 or 60 point range, which isn't bad. Lately, we've been trading, seems like, averaging a 100-point range for the past couple weeks. It's not normal, so this is more normal behavior, I would say. But anyways, we looked at low 4200s held. 4200 didn't break. And then we also traded on the top of resistance area of anything above 4250, kind of got sold off on. So it's, unless we get in a supply zone or a demand zone, I'm not trading. All this is just noise to me. I'll let everybody else figure it out. But once we get to that zone, that's when I'll go ahead and take my trade, depending on how the price action looks and the volume price action. So we started off here at around 42.25, 42.20. We have a little support zone right here, which is this gray box, and overnight lows, which you probably can't even see. Let's see. I draw these gray lines as overnight high and overnight low. I have this little box here as a support zone. We started off in that area, balanced for about 20 minutes, ripped up a little bit, and a supply zone that I did not note is one right here. Because it's not that strong of a zone, it didn't meet my standards. It didn't drop off as fast as I would like, which is why I didn't note it. Now, it actually did work today, but you could have noted it and left it there, but it's not enough for me to take a trade off of. If you wanted to take a trade off of, the only reason would be because when the CPI data numbers came out at 7:30, supply zone actually did work. It stopped right at it. So some people might have, taken note of that and taken trades because of that. I did not. I didn't think it was really worth it. I trade off of zones that meet my standards and that will work most of the time. Once you start drawing zones like that, you start drawing zones everywhere, and they don't usually pan out. Anyway, so we opened up right here near the support zone, ripped up, rejected off of that iffy 90-minute supply zone that you don't see, sold off. Actually created a little 10-minute zone here, and once again, this doesn't meet my standards. I like my zones to either be 15-minute or above. Anything below, you can note, but I'm not going to go ahead and take any trades off of it. Made that 10-minute supply. Rejected, dumped a little bit below overnight lows, sold off. Looks like about 4200 psychological level held. Bounced up a little bit, back over overnight lows. This 10-minute supply actually did work. Rejected off of it under overnight lows again. It's just up and down, up and down. It's just kind of a balanced area all over the charts today. But it actually did make this higher low right here, which is what I have circled. And I think that's why buyers took charge after that for the rest of the day and ripped it up towards 42.65, kind of near the supply zone. Back over overnight lows, ripped through that 10-minute supply zone. Let's get that out of here. got close to intraday high day right here, broke, struggled, didn't sell off in this area like it did earlier, right? It went ahead and balanced and consolidated in that area, which is another good sign for buyers. And that's where it ended. It tried at the end of the day to get into the supply zone. If it would have gotten into it and sold off, or it looked weak, that's enough for me to go ahead and short. But it didn't reach it. Just kind of ended the end of the day towards or in this zone of 42.60s and 42.50. And today, if tomorrow, if we get in one of my supply zones or demand zones, I'll go ahead and take a trade. But today, nothing. Just kind of balanced between this range. Buyers and sellers still trying to figure it out. But we'll see what tomorrow brings us.